Hello and welcome to a very special Christmas edition of Never a Straight Answer, the podcast that aims to cover a wide range of topics from conspiracy theories to popular culture and news. I'm your host Gaz, and joined in the studio on this very fine Christmas, it's the Tinseltown Taylor.
Yeah. Woohoo. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your applause aren't necessary. It's only Taylor. Yeah, I'm only joking.
I appreciate it.
And joined in the studio as well, for this has not been here for a very long time, it's Mikey.
Hi,
hello, Mikey. How's it going, bruv?
Not bad. How's everyone here?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not seen you in a while. What have you been up to?
I've been helping the family.
Oh, man. As you do.
I've been enjoying them daily podcasts, though.
Oh, thank you very much.
I
cheers, man. Yeah, I remember you. He actually messaged me a couple of weeks ago. She's like, oh, I'm loving these mini episodes.
I like them.
It's like it's going to be finished now in a couple of days.
Oh.
Yeah. Last one on the 24th, I think. So, yeah. Thanks for everybody for downloading them. It's been a blast doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it was a fun idea, and I think, you know, it's been fun doing it. I think what was the best thing, what was a highlight of yours? I think
probably the immortal jellyfish.
Oh, right, cool. The immortal. Oh, yeah, I remember that. You were saying about that. Well, I think some of the Christmas facts were pretty interesting. I tried to find stuff that, you know, you might not have heard about.
Yeah.
But I think some of the dream stuff that you were talking about, like dream facts, were pretty cool.
Yeah, I did enjoy them,
and especially tying into the last week's episode on out-of-body experiences. Well, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if you've not listened to any of them, go back. They're only about 10 minutes, not even that.
Yeah, not even
so, you
that,
know,
no.
And, to see you through for a couple of minutes. And you'll learn something new that you can talk around the Christmas table. So there you go. So, basically, what tonight's plan is we ain't got one.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Full freestyle episode.
Yeah. We can say what we want.
Normally we have a topic, but we don't do that at Christmas. We throw the script out of the window. We totally just wing the whole thing.
Go killer.
Hey.
Yeah. So it's the free roam.
Freestyle episode.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I look forward to these because it's just a bit of an opportunity to have a bit of a ramble. We'll talk about some fun news stories we found, stuff going on in the media, what's going on in the world, and generally just having a laugh. Yeah, right. We've got some really cool stuff coming up as well because we've got the winners of the Christmas competition that we ran on the website.
Yes.
If you've not been over to the website yet, you should. It's mint.
It is.
I made it, and I think it looks smooth.
It does.
Yeah. It's neverastraightanswer.co.uk. Over there you can get downloadable episodes. You can check out new blogs and our case files. So if we've talked about anything interesting on the show, you can go over there and check out a bit of the old bump that goes along with it. If we've got any classified documents, they get stuck up. It's all good. It's all good. Check it out. It's a pretty interesting website. There's a lot of stuff going on. I've got some big plans coming for 2020. Even fun to say that. It feels like we're in the future.
2020.
2020.
2020.
What are you? You two, like, you know?
He's my new.
He's his mic caddy.
He's my mic stand. Yeah.
Well, you're doing a very bad job at it. I'm only joking. You need to be a bit quicker on this.
You do.
I was waiting to say something. I was waiting to say I'm gutted that I didn't enter the competition.
Oh, well, you will be.
Yeah, you will be.
You will be.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a bit later on. Because we've been asked a few questions as well for Christmas.
Wicked.
From listeners.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be getting onto those in a bit later.
Yeah.
Have you got any news? In fact, have you got anything you want to talk about before we move on to the news?
Well, Australia's a bit warm at the minute.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah. My heart's going out to everybody in Oz, man. It's
like 40 days or something like that.
Well, it seems like the last couple of years, it's like we're out. Look at last year, This happened last year. It was record temperatures over in Australia.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, we got the really cold snap. Do you know, obviously, America was frozen solid.
Oh yeah,
they got caught in the polar vortex.
Yeah,
and we got a lot of that as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is this a sign of how
Worse to
bad
come.
our winter's going to be? The fact that it's so blazing hot over there.
Well, yeah, because it's persisting more, and it's not stopping. And the thing is, it's taking people. The world is taking its time, and they're presuming that soon as you stop using all these chemicals or the electric from the coal and oil and all that, soon as that all stops, that everything's going to be fine.
No, not at all.
It's going to stop where it is.
Well, it's not even a case of that. It's natural.
Gonna move again.
Even if it's chain of events have started now.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it.
Started years ago, but
I'm still
they
in
just
in the fence that it could be a combination of natural occurrence as well as what we've done.
Yeah,
And
totally. Yeah.
What we've done's not
I believe
helped. It's
more-
probably been a catalyst for a lot of things,
Yeah.
and even kind of accelerated it.
Yeah.
But I think
It was going to
again you've got to be pretty naive to think that everything's hunky dory all the time. It's a fragile ecosystem that changes constantly.
Yeah,
I mean,
massively, man. And it's proof over the
we've had
over the years.
ice ages. We've had kind of look at the Sahara Desert. There's evidence to say there was an ocean there at one point.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Look at continental drift. Right. These continents don't drift apart or when they were all one landmass. Yeah. For no reason. So obviously there's been incidents and there's been things that have happened on this planet. That happened way before we discovered fossil fuels and the industry. Yeah. Fair enough. What we've done in this period of time where we've had that power has been a fucking ridiculous.
Well, we're a dot bit on the spectrum of it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't even. We're just in the middle of something that would be, I would imagine, a normal cycle for it.
Well, this is it. It's like if you think of Carl Sagan. He did the thing on the timeline of humanity, and how we're literally like a millisecond on the timeline. I mean, then it's like if you think, wow, in that literal millisecond of in the entire human civilization, we've managed to do more damage, than anything.
And continuing on that pace as well. Without realising there ain't no consequences, but actually there is consequences because you're always thinking short term instead of the long term.
Yeah, that's it. Well, like I say, my heart goes out to everybody facing any sort of danger in the forest fires and bushfires over in Australia.
And there's a misconception as well. It's not to save the Earth, it's to save us. It's not to save the Earth because the Earth will be here if we were here or not.
Well, exactly. It's not going to disappear, is it?
It's not to save the Earth. It's to save the human race.
Well, it's to save the ecosystem that we've got.
Still.
Yeah, as a entity. But I mean, this is the thing. It'll still be here.
So
but
it'll only affect us.
It's how. Oh yeah, and it'll probably.
So it should be.
It'll probably recover a lot better once we're gone.
The Earth. Realistically, it should be the human. I think if they did something like that, it would probably hit more people more harder. And make them realise that, actually...
Well, they do, don't they? They say you've got to save it.
Not really,
you're not doing it for us, you're doing it for the future generations, is what I hear a lot. Do you know what I mean?
If you said... I suppose it's like the shell shock thing. If you said shell shock to someone... then it hits you harder. You
need to change your ways, or everybody you know and love will die.
Other ones that like.
No, you're right. Yeah, I do get where you're coming from. You're basically saying that if people felt like it was more of a personal impact, then they'd do something about it, which I agree with.
Yeah.
But that's like going round and just rounding up everyone's pets and saying, right, rather go organic or go vegan, or the dog gets it. Do you know what I mean? It's like
every time, mate.
You've got to be.
Go and get another dog.
You've got to be thinking. You've got
Plenty
to be tactful and kind of, you can't strong arm people into doing what you want because that's fundamentalism. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why a lot of things don't get.
No matter how good your cause is,
you
know what I mean. You start being a fundamentalist.
Oh yeah, then
it's a totally different ball game, isn't it? So yeah. God, this music is a bit psycho.
Is it?
I'm sorry about that. Merry Christmas, everybody. You're listening to Never a Straight Answer, the podcast. So
we didn't pick the music.
It's a Christmas. Listen, we're limited by YouTube restrictions on it, because we only get told that there's a copyright claim being put in, and then what you're going to do, you have to dispute it, and then you have chances who say that there's a bit of music in one of your podcasts that is that isn't yours, but you've put 100 other episodes out with the same piece of music, and they don't touch it. So random tools. Moving on, we're going to go into the news. I've got tons of Christmassy stuff, Christmas stories. And
I'm evicting Taylor.
Are you evicting Taylor out of the show? Are you becoming my new co-host?
Yep.
Good man. It's been twacked. Right.
To tie me up.
Okay, now. Right. Okay. Right. Moving on. The news. See, I told you it's a live show. Anything can go wrong, and it does, and will. Yeah. Give me a minute. Well, without further ado, we'll go into the news. It's the news. Hey, well, we've got loads of news to go through this week. Yeah. And we've got plenty of Christmassy stories. We were talking about this earlier, Elf on the Shelf. You've been banned from it, haven't you? Yeah. He's been putting the elves on the shelves in provocative, inappropriate positions. Yeah. So what's going on? Give us your story, Mike.
Well, I decided to get an elf and put an elf bent over with an action man in the middle.
Right.
And
so it was a
menage
a trois with two elves and an action man.
An orgy, yeah. And apparently when the sister's partner comes down at 4 a.m. and sees that, and he's like, that's not very appropriate, so I'm not allowed to do Elf on the Shelf. I just thought I'd do my part to be nice.
Well, that's fair enough, isn't it? Well, there's a story here. A woman shares a chilling Elf on a Shelf prank, but some think she's gone too far. So a woman came up with a very dark Elf on a Shelf prank for other people to try out on their kids, but some think it was a bit too far.
What did she do?
Okay, so at this point in the year, you've probably seen a number of photos cropping up on social media of people doing the elves on a shelf. But those who don't know, the elf on a shelf sees one of Santa's little helpers hiding in your home and keeping a sneaky eye on your children, so that they can, report back to Santa and give him, like an update whether you've been a bad little shit or not. So each day, presents are basically meant to. Parents are meant to hide. I've got presents on the brain. Yeah. Parents are meant to hide the elf in different places to often involve, basically set up little pranks for the kids, or basically making it out as if this elf's kind of moved around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But some of the pranks can get pretty elaborate, and one mum's shaving the word elf into her son's hair, right? And then one man covering the entire kitchen, including the eggs and utensils, in wrapping paper.
Oh, shit.
So, but one recent Elf on a Shelf idea is taking the festive fun very, very dark to a very, very dark place indeed.
Oh, no, well, what the?
So
what is that?
They basically took a load of chicken bones, and arranged them into a body, and then put the elf's hat.
That is fucked up.
And then put it on a plate with a knife and fork next to it as if it's been eaten.
That's fucked, mate.
That's kind of something I'd probably do.
That's pretty funny.
It's pretty dark and twisted, that.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, no, that's right. Do you know what? It's like if you came down, your kids would scream, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it's pretty funny, actually.
I think we'll be posting that on the on Twitter at some point.
Actually, I think we've got to show the people it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, without doubt.
Have you got any news stories you want to talk about? No. Fucking thanks for that, man. Come prepared.
I had one.
Go on.
You got one.
A woman was banned from seeing Santa. Her son was, because she decided to call Santa Father Christmas.
Right,
and
okay.
loads of other people complained. So the centre, she's actually made a complaint about it. The centre asked her to leave and said her son wasn't allowed to see Santa.
Why? Because
She called him Father Christmas.
But
Apparently,
what's
it
the
wasn't
problem
gender
with that?
friendly. That's what people said. It wasn't gender friendly.
Why?
Gender neutral.
But Santa's not gender neutral.
No.
Santa's a dude, man. He's got
Yep.
he's got a lady lady bride. He's got a lady Christmas, mother,
Claus.
Mrs. Claus. Yeah, he's a married man.
Yeah.
What's the beef?
Well, loads of people complained apparently, and the woman was asked to leave.
Fuck that. Yeah, right. It's Christmas. Yeah, it's Santa Claus, Father Christmas, fucking Kris Kringle. Yeah. And he rides a sleigh. He's got Rudolph and a load of reindeers. Yeah, yeah. He delivers presents to good kids. Yeah, and bad kids. Yeah.
Apparently,
right. There's no gender fucking question. There's no question there about the gender of Santa.
when
what the fuck is this world coming to?
When she was asked to leave, even the person, Father Christmas, said, I don't think she should leave.
No, she shouldn't.
Because she's following tradition that people have done for years.
Well, yeah, of course, he's a fucking mall Santa for a start, yeah, right? His whole livelihood, or his seasonal livelihood, depends on people coming to see Santa, right? Now, regardless of what you call him, it's the same fucking dude, right? If you want to go and see, if I walk in and go, Kris Kringle, yeah, right? That's what I call him. It's like people call the grandparents different variations of pops and fucking papa and grandpapa and grandpa and fucking all types and nana and grandma and all different variations. Still same figure.
Our old man.
Yeah, still the same figure. Yeah, and I think they're taking this too far. I think in terms of you can't say Merry Christmas. You've got to say Happy Holidays. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Is that not?
I say bullshit as well.
I mean, I think that the holiday season, the Christmas season, should be for everybody.
I don't see why it should change. There's no reason for it to change just because some people don't like it. Well, sorry, love. It's been there for generations.
I've got no objections with other cultures celebrating their culture, and so if they've got a holiday coming up in the middle of fucking February or January, whenever, and they want to decorate the houses to celebrate their fucking country's traditions, then you crack on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and start egging your house or taking it down because I don't understand it. It's just part of your culture, then fair play. But you shouldn't. Nobody should be turning around and saying, "I'm sorry, but I find the Christmas season offensive," because that's your problem, not ours.
Exactly. If you don't like it, turn around and walk away.
Oh well.
It's like I got a Christmas card that basically had a banner on it. No, nothing to do with Christmas. Just had a banner on it, and it said Happy Holiday, and it went straight in the bin. And I told the lady that sent it to me, it went in the bin.
Why?
I said because it's Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas.
Well, I mean, I've got no objection with
Holiday.
calling it Happy Holidays or having a great holiday season because that's what it is. But the fact is you can't. I mean, look, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Christian in any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, but in that respect, I still enjoy Christmas. Yeah, right. I enjoy what it means to people, what it kind of does. It kind of, for those brief couple of days a year, everyone is nicer to each other and gets on, and it brings families closer together. They have that one, you might not see people for years or a year at a time, but you always make those occasions to go and catch up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's a time for celebration.
So I don't understand why. I mean, regardless of whether the fact that you believe that it's Jesus' birthday or not, I think regardless of what your fucking ethnicity or your culture beliefs are or whatever, you can still enjoy it. Yeah. If you're a fucking Muslim or a Sikh or an Indian or Pakistani or whatever,
you know how far
you can still
go, you can still enjoy it.
Enjoy some parts of it.
Yeah,
right. And I don't think it's that exclusive of a holiday that people won't, be a bit more kind of like, jump in, man, have a fucking eggnog or have, whatever.
I think this is going to be a massive political and social problem for generations to come because it seems like that they're trying to move the boundaries of trying to join in a way. You can only celebrate this. You can't celebrate that no more. You got to do it in this kind of month now, not that kind of month, because there's another one in that month.
What, clashing?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
So
like,
it's
oh,
sort
shit.
of... It stands to reason that there's going to be a massive clash between them all at a time.
I don't know, man. I just think it's too... It's with all the problems that are going on in the world, taking fault with the things that are nice, is just fucking ridiculous. Now, I mean, obviously, some people...
state, everything has to move. That's
right,
the way...
Because obviously on this podcast, we like to look at things from both all angles, right? So... Looking from the mindset of somebody who's... Why would somebody be in a position where they'd be, like, hating? Do you know what I mean? It's rather religious...
Get the melons twisted,
it's rather religious purposes, or they're just unhappy people. Like Scrooges, man. Like they're just kind of... There's nothing going on really for themselves, so it saddens them the season anyway. What's that? Seasonal depression. Sads. Yeah, you get the sads, and it's like fucking Christmas. Yeah, and it's like when... So we understand that some people get down about it, but they fucking embrace it, man.
Well, there was something I was going to bring in not that long ago, but I decided not to. And you remember One Man a Minute? Yeah, well, I didn't bring that in at any point. Well, 1 man a minute is around the world. One man will commit suicide every minute of every day.
Yeah,
around the world.
Yeah, that's true. It's the highest sort of in statistics. Statistically speaking, the highest suicide rate is in men. Between 18 and 30,
40, I think
18 and 40.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sad, isn't it?
It is, and
especially this time of year as well. So
and not only that, it shows about the social network is breaking down in a big way, because we're not really talking to each other or visiting people. We're networking.
The thing is as well, you have such a presence online these days that, people put up the good stuff online a lot of the time and they don't really show the negative. So on fucking your social media, you might look like the happiest guy alive, but in reality, you're lonely, you're on your own. And I think because people see like 18 to 40-year-old men as capable, they kind of get seen to be like, oh, they're all right.
Yeah,
they'll be all right.
Yeah.
Give them a second thought. Do you know what I mean? So,
I wouldn't say that to a comedian, because most comedians are
dark.
Most people, you know what I mean?
Few.
And it's just it's one of them things that, like, if you're staying in the same routine, it's obviously going to continue being darker. But sometimes all they need is to speak to someone.
That's true,
stuff out.
I have something to say on that, though. People go on about, talk to someone. It's not always that easy. It's someone that's had mental health issues and tried to harm themselves. Sometimes when I've tried to talk to friends, some of my friends, they just go all man up, or they laugh at you.
Oh, yeah, of course,
so
but it's finding the right person to speak to, and you just wouldn't go up to your most insensitive friend and say, I've got personal problems, because you'll get a negative response. But there's people out there who who do care. There's people out there who, if you're sat there and you're feeling like you need someone to talk to, fucking email me, man. Email us at neverastraightanswer.co.uk and have a chat with us. Honestly, it's like
we're always here, man.
These so many, it's a bit of a cliche to say that, tomorrow's a new day and all that, but it is so true.
It is so true.
Like, you can be at the bottom of the barrel one day, but all it takes is for you to get up, get dressed, go out and see how you can change.
Yeah, the only way, if you're at the bottom of the barrel, the only way is up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So everything from there on is going to be brilliant to you.
But so obviously, I mean, just take a leap, man. Get yourself out there, and just interact with people, and you never know where and what that might bring.
Yeah.
But don't be lonely this Christmas.
No.
If you've got anyone you can go and spend that time with, then
Yeah. Or if anyone's got no one in the household, and
Do you know
you've got
what?
loads of stuff to.
I tell you what you should do,
invite
right?
people
You've
in.
got plenty of time to do this. If you're in this situation now, right? Yeah, get yourself on Facebook, and create a group, right, for people in your area, who are in a similar situation to you. Rather, you're a single parent and your kids are off with the mum or dad, and you're on your own, or you're an old person down the road who's on their own, Why don't you all get together and have a fucking Christmas dinner?
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Get together.
You've
all
got
bring
time to
something
do it.
the
All bring
table,
something to the table and all have
and find out who
your neighbours are.
are.
Exactly, yeah. In fact,
Totally.
if anybody does do that, then let me know, because
Send us
that's actually a lovely idea.
Send us a picture and we'll put it on our website.
Exactly, yeah, we definitely will. That is a fucking top idea, actually. Set yourself up a group, lonely this Christmas, and I'm sure you can get a few people.
Response.
Honestly, yeah.
There is actually one of them groups in our area.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
On
beautiful. It is a good
They do
idea.
it every year at there's a place in Glossop that they all meet and have a meal in the big hall.
Oh, brilliant! So they rent out a hall to kind of have a big Christmas.
So they have as many as they can go.
Oh, that's amazing.
And businesses should get involved in this as well and look after the community.
That's
those
true.
who are downtrodden at this moment in time, because
Tiny
you never
Tim,
know, they might
fetch
be the
me
ones
the biggest goose.
They might be the ones who come and help them later on if they need it.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, there you go. Well, I feel like we've done our public service. I've got a fair few more stories here, actually. Did you hear about this? This is a fucking ridiculous one. 1,000 10-inch penis fish washed up on California beaches.
What? Some girls having a good time tonight.
And some boys.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically worms, but they're basically these fucking strange-looking animals just washed up.
What, 10,000?
There was a powerful winter storm that hit the west coast of the US.
Right,
and they've literally just been washed up onto the shore. 1,000 of these 10-inch penis fish have mysteriously washed up on the beach of California following a winter storm.
Hey, they can feed the fish in the enclosures.
Oh, what?
The enclosures, the ones in the zoos and that.
Do you think
you could use them as
Oh, I'm sure
they're fresh.
I'm sure they'll
fresh
use,
enough. Yeah, go for
use
it.
them. These wriggling animals are a species of the marine spoonworm, commonly known as a fat innkeeper worm, or sometimes the penis fish.
Why does that sound like something Taylor would make up? Hey.
These critters were spotted floating across the sand on the beach. So, from a distance, it just looks like
it looks like a mess.
It just looks like the sand or the beach. Yeah.
You know what it looks like? You know, in what's his name now? The treasure hunter. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, that scene when he's like, I hate snakes.
Yeah, and there's loads down at the bottom. Looks like that, but bigger.
Well, these thousands of them. It looks a bit like a nightmare scene, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But basically, however, the animals are normally live in the U-shaped burrows underneath the sand.
Okay.
People visited the beach are rarely aware of their existence. Yeah. So they are there.
Yeah.
But because of the storm, it's brought them all up to the surface. So I thought you'd get a kick out of that, but there's a photo of it. You can understand why it's called a penis fish. It is absolutely...
Looks like is that a ball at the bottom?
Oh, it's
looks
disgusting.
Like a ball at the bottom.
The thing is, they're huge as well. They do look like a bit like earthworms.
A uniball.
But it's got one uniball.
It's a weird-looking creature, that. But, hey, you know.
There you go. But, disgusting.
Yeah, nasty, man. Having my breakfast.
Is there anything... What was it we were talking about earlier where, in fact, I said, have you got a story you've got to tell us later, Micah?
You was on about the letters to Santa.
Oh, letters to Santa, yeah.
Yeah, so, you mean my letter, I sent a letter to Santa because my friend's little one was like, do a letter with me to Santa. So she did hers, I did mine. And I actually got a response, and I wasn't happy with it.
What? Go on.
Basically,
So you got to wait a minute. Stop there a second. So you actually got a response from the North Pole?
Yeah.
From Santa's grotto?
Yeah, but it wasn't Santa.
It wasn't Santa who wrote to you?
It basically said, because I put my name, I put Michael, and I put my age, and the letter basically said, this is from Santa, but one of his elves has wrote it. It says because unfortunately,
was it dictated, not written?
I don't know. It just says basically, unfortunately, due to your age, Santa is unable to send a response.
Oh, that is pretty ageist.
Because he's got too much time. And
Santa's
too many letters
got
to answer. He's got to write to the kids.
Santa's got magical powers. We all know this.
They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't send me a response.
No,
except his elf did. So I was annoyed.
That is pretty tight. Well, they've ruined your dreams.
Christmas.
You've ruined your Christmas.
Go and see the elves.
Well, there was another apparently a story there of a young girl who'd written to Santa. Said she'd been in a dungeon on an island in
your dungeon.
No, it was Jeffrey Epstein's island. Jeffrey Epstein's island.
She's on a little island.
She said she's been there for weeks and weeks and weeks. Yeah. She said Jeffrey said he'd be back any time, but he's not made it yet.
Been back for a
so
while.
She's just basically asked Santa for some bolt cutters this Christmas, and anybody to come and help her, basically.
The FBI didn't do a good job searching that island.
No, I know. Do you know what? This is the thing, yeah. Actually, when Jeffrey used to live there, he'd walk into his castle, and this song would start playing. It'd be like, "We've got hundreds of miners all under one roof. They call it Kids Are Us, Kids Are Us." And then he had loads of clients as well who'd come in and they'd run down the aisles.
Run down the aisles
picking out the best toys to play with. You know what I mean? And it's all good Jeffrey. Good old Jeffrey.
That's a bit grim, man.
What? I've just lost the story. What was it doing? Never mind, I'll find that again in a minute.
Yeah. Coca-Cola's doing all right with old Santa again, isn't he? He's getting everywhere in a minute.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
That's because he's one of the biggest money makers in the world.
Of course he is. I mean, we've covered like why Santa exists.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not a case of the
marketing's getting bigger, man.
It's one of the biggest sort of money spinners.
I have a question. I want to know what dodgy illegal activities is Santa up to? Because how the hell does he afford to buy toys and have toys made for all the kids in the world? Mean? That's what I'm saying. He's got to be up to something, and he's got to be tax evasion, drug dealing, black market toys.
Well, you think he's got some sort of... He's doing some gun running. On. He's doing. He's got an import-export business that he's got. He's
doing something dodgy.
You never know. You know. I mean, the fact is, it's Santa, man. He no one's ever going to question him or ever going to turn up.
Weekend.
No one's ever turning up at Interpol or Customs and Excise and not turning up at the North Pole going, "Excuse me, Santa, it's time for an audit."
No present for you, Michael. So I don't think you'll be on the naughty list this evening. I would imagine now. So nothing for you.
And I think, to be honest, Santa's got one of those. He's they build stuff for Atlas. That's it. They don't buy
it's the elves, isn't it?
But he's got magic elves who go out and do all the work.
Learn electronics and how to
make a Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, but where's he get all his supplies? Where's he get money for it? What's he fiddling?
He might have Coca-Cola or investments and stuff
like that with his name. He's got his logo out and there, and
any money.
A bit black
Santa's got a Patreon.
Yeah.
I reckon Santa's definitely got a Patreon.
President.
And he's probably he gives them kids an extra special present every year. Extra content. Extra content.
He's got to do something.
Well,
I'm telling you.
If you want to make our Christmas, you could get over to Patreon and help us, give us a little bit of a Christmas bonus.
Yeah, we could do one.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple of tiers there from £1 or $1 to $5 or £5, where you can kind of get extra content and bonus bits.
Yeah,
and a few other bits exclusive.
Just for you.
Bits and pieces, competitions and stuff, all just for Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a segue. I've got some more news.
You have? You have.
So, British man eats world record 33 Brussels sprouts in a row
What?
in 1 minute.
Dirty bastard.
Do you reckon you could beat it?
No.
Well,
I
I've got.
won't touch one.
I've
I
got
won't eat any.
a plate of Brussels sprouts right
I'd
here,
rather eat Lee. And that's being
and
grip.
I think that Taylor should attempt this.
No, and you know what? Do you know what they're doing now? They're already engineering them to
To taste nice.
sweeter. Yeah, honestly, they are engineering them to taste sweet.
I got an idea.
What?
If the Patreons, if anyone wants to donate £100, Taylor will eat as many sprouts as he can.
He's going to try and
No
beat the
fucking
now
way.
that is
not going to
a
happen.
challenge. If you want to get her back on that, if you get her, do you know
Not
what? I tell you
a
what.
chance,
I tell
son.
you what, mate. Right?
No deal, mate. No deal.
If this episode, I'm not going to say it gets 1 million likes.
Yeah.
because it's not going to happen. Yeah, right.
You never know.
But if this episode,
Got my con today.
what was the stipulations? If somebody donates
If someone donates
£100,
or the patrons get up to £100.
no, it has to be a one-off payment, a one-off
payment,
donation.
Whoa.
Rather.
Hold on. What
Wait,
we
no,
doing?
wait, no.
Wait.
Chill. Right.
Hey,
Listen.
I'm telling you, I am not shoving one of them near my mouth.
You don't have to. This is what I'm getting at.
Right, all right.
If somebody does do that, I will eat a plate of sprouts.
I will too.
Oh, there you go. Look, I'm eating them
will,
now.
and I
Right.
hate sprouts.
Fucking hell, these are
100 a piece.
sprouts.
100 a piece, I'll eat
I'm eating
as many sprouts as you want.
Fucking hell. Got a fucking plate of them here, man.
I hate sprouts, but I will do it.
Nasty. You're just nasty.
That's how much I like your podcast, though,
can't eat
boys.
any more of them.
No, get him down here. You got plenty there. Look how many you got there. Go on, get him down here.
Cheers, bro.
Come on,
That's nice.
shove him in your mouth.
On this guy on the on December 20th, he basically went in for an eating competition in a British pub and broke the Guinness World Record by downing 33 Brussels sprouts in 1 minute.
Dirty.
Wayne Sherlock, 38, was
Dirty
named the champion of the contest, and it was held by Veg UK Limited
Nasty.
in the Crown Inn pub. He ate 33 Brussels sprouts in just 1 minute, 2 more than the world record previously held at 31, and that was basically
Take me out off
claimed
to the
in
guy.
2008. Now, it's funny because this very morning I was watching the Guinness World Records,
Okay.
right, and I watched this exact record being attempted
Yeah.
by the original holder
Yeah.
and somebody trying to break his record, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they both got disqualified.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
they both got disqualified for not showing the Brussels sprout before they ate it. Yeah.
So what, were they shoving him down the sleeves or something?
There was a definite reason why they both got disqualified, so it makes me think that they had to kind of go sprout, show it going into the mouth, and then chewing it rather than shoveling them in.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got a feeling that this guy could actually be, whether he kind of if it's just a
Bullshit.
case of that they've seen a video of him eating 33, or it was done under official
Guidelines.
like official sort of judging.
Yeah.
Because the Guinness World Records people, it's like, would they have attended an event like that?
I should imagine so. If they want it in the book, then, they want to be... they've got to send out a representative
That's what I mean.
of the company, haven't they?
Now,
really?
could I break a record? I could break a record in my house, in my living room, but nobody would see me do it.
No.
Do you know what I
And
mean?
it'd mean absolutely fuck
But
all.
there is a guy who breaks world records on a weekly basis, and he just videos himself doing it and sends them to
and
the
they
Guinness.
keep turning around going, I've told you, we've sent the letters out, fill them in, come round, and we're willing to do it. But
He's
not
actually got quite a few records.
Taylor's
this guy.
willing to do a record. He will.
Well,
make sure.
What's he
Rap one.
called? Wayne basically says it definitely has a technique. He told Kent online. I just chew like a pig, and while doing that, I look around for a smaller sprout. So he has got a tactic. I
go
kept
for
the
the big
bowl
one
close
first.
to my mouth and tried to give myself 5 seconds at each end of, to digest them.
This story just sounds a bit wrong, though.
Why?
To me. Well, it sounds to me like he's practicing for something else.
What?
Right, what?
I'm not trying to be rude.
What, eating carrots? What?
No, he's going on about he's going on about a look around for smaller ones. It to me just sounds like he's got a dream to do something else.
Right,
to be in
think
an
about
adult film.
Oh no.
No.
I don't mean to be like that, but
No, I
this is how
can't
it
see the
sounds.
connection because
It does to me.
when I read that, I was like, well,
If you're dirty,
he's
right.
looking around because he wants to find a smaller sprout because that is a smaller morsel to eat.
To eat, yeah.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't
in
doesn't
a technical
conjure up any
way.
sort of
you're just a
naughty,
turd, man.
naughty.
Just me
This
then,
is a
you've got
Christmas
dirty
show.
mind.
This is a family show.
Yeah.
Is it, fuck?
Is it? Yeah, I was going to say. Now you shot me then.
I know, yeah. Go now.
They'd never allow it.
I can't believe this. Have you got any? Have you got any stories you want to talk about, Christmassy or otherwise?
Actually, one of our viewers sent
Yeah.
in about watching a documentary with Aykroyd.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd.
Dan
Yeah,
Aykroyd, yeah.
that was all right. Was it Jesse?
Yes, that's it. It was
Thank
Jesse.
you, Jesse, from
Yes, thank you for that.
from the Not So Nice podcast.
Yeah, I actually was watching it last night. Well, I tried watching.
Is it a
throughout
new
the day.
one?
No, it's one.
It's
of
the old
ones,
one,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, I have
But
seen.
I tried watching it again, but I kept getting interrupted, and then I watched it last night.
I've watched a couple of good documentaries
Yeah.
this week, but I think like that Dan Aykroyd one.
Yeah.
He's got a very big. I mean, in fact, actually, I've watched a couple of Dan Aykroyd documentaries, but more
Yeah.
to do with just the Ghostbusters
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how like the making of the original movies.
Yeah.
I think I've just been kind of hyped up by the fact that the new one's coming out.
New one's coming out, yeah.
But like, so it's like, oh, I'm on a Ghostbusters information binge. But obviously, Dan Aykroyd, it talks about kind of what brought them into creating the film and writing the script, and he's had like a very kind of paranormal childhood, upbringing. His father was into the paranormal and psychic and ghosts.
Yeah.
And when his grandfather as well. So I think he's kind of very deep into it, and ufology as well as the psychic and the paranormal.
Yeah.
So it's like, even when you see that Ray in Ghostbusters 2, he owns a bookshop called Ray's Occult, and it's that's how I see Dan Aykroyd. If Dan Aykroyd wasn't famous for what he did, I can see Dan Aykroyd. It just seemed to me that Ray is Dan Aykroyd in terms of the character. He wrote it so he just had to play himself, basically. Do you know what I mean?
I think I want to watch this documentary.
Which one?
The one you're talking about.
Well, this is
The one Lee was on about.
the one Lee was on about was, like I say, recommended by a listener of ours. And yeah, I check it out. It's good. I think anything with Dan's great, because obviously, like I say, he's got a very big history with this stuff. He knows what he's talking about. And
Got some good views as well.
exactly, yeah, he's got some very good, clever sort of outlooks on these topics. So yeah, definitely go out and check that out. What did you think? What did you get from it?
Yeah, but it actually, it opened my mind up to stuff that I've looked into all of, all kinds of parts of it, but like it reminded me of other episodes of other things that had happened, and like sort of brought the information back of, like, let's say abductions, or the information that I've learnt from that, or from like just the sight of the objects, or in space, the different ones in space and that, and the rope. Remember the rope that was snapped off
Yeah,
in space, and then all of a sudden these little
the
objects,
tether.
and then
yeah.
big objects, stuff like that. In fact, I've got that video at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But, yeah.
like I say, he's one of them guys who are just kind of he has really interesting viewpoints.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I mean, yeah, check it out. What was it called again?
Documentary with Dan Aykroyd. It's on for like 1 hour 20 minutes.
Was it just on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right, there you
Yeah.
go. Easy
Yeah.
to find. Just
It is.
just type in documentary Dan Aykroyd and you will find it.
You will.
Have you ever wondered
All the time.
why? All right, it's a bit of a strange one. Do you know people used to tell ghost stories at Christmas?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
All right, okay. What did you know about it?
That they told stories at Christmas.
Is that all you knew? So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just aware of the fact?
I was aware of the fact.
All
yeah.
right, okay. So
I didn't bother going in depth into it.
well, obviously, the Christmas Carol
Yeah.
is a fucking staple of Christmas.
Yeah,
Sort
of
of, everything about it is literally Christmas, isn't it? You can't watch a Christmas fucking movie without it being a bit related to the Christmas Carol with
So
the three
true.
ghosts,
Yeah.
and all the rest of it. It has a very paranormal sort of overtones to it and vibe to it. Yeah, it's like you've got even to the point where you've got death. Do you know what I mean? The ghost of Christmas future. And do you know the reason why ghost stories were so popular?
Because
And
they had
in
nothing
fact-
else to do except for wanking.
In fact, there was a popular Christmas song, "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year,"
Oh,
which
yeah.
has a line about telling ghost stories.
Does it?
Doesn't seem to be, it might have been a mistake, but no. Just basically the whole month telling ghost stories from October.
See?
So, truly, this in 1963, the Christmas Carol, which was written by Ed Power and George Y.L., I think, made famous by Andy Williams, is mistaken. Is not mistaken. There are a long history involving in the tradition of telling ghost stories at Christmas time, and whilst it's mostly lost in the United States, it's something that has been being involved with the winter holiday season for a long, long time, perhaps longer than Christmas itself.
Oh, shit.
So
That far?
yeah.
All right.
So as most people already know, a number of the most beloved Christmas traditions, the Yule log, the mistletoe, and even the Christmas tree itself actually come from pagan worship.
Yeah.
So the Yule log was and still is the celebration of the winter solstice. So which in this day which is the day of the year when it's the darkest and the longest period of time, obviously between the sun coming up
I'm going down.
and when it's a long cold night.
Yeah.
So Yule was also considered to be by many as the day when spirits and ghosts were more likely to be able to interact with the living.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why people used to tell ghost stories across over
fireplace?
over the Yule season, over the Christmas time.
And there was nothing to do. I think it was more nothing to do.
What do you reckon? It was just
Yeah,
all sat
I
about
think,
telling stories, ripping yarns.
Yeah.
What's
I
the
think
name
so.
of the documentary? Sorry
Go
to
on.
interrupt. It's Dan Aykroyd Unplugged on UFOs.
That's the one.
Yeah, we found it for you. So if you want to look it up,
I'll stick it on the website as well, so you can check it out.
Find it.
Easy to find.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting about the story, the ghost stories.
Yeah.
I kind of knew that they used to tell them, but I didn't know much about why or whether it was a tradition or whether there was something behind it.
Yeah, well, this is it. Well, it comes from pagan
Borden.
pagan rituals or
Borden,
pagan teachings, I suppose.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. It's like it all gets twisted, doesn't it? It's like different aspects.
yeah.
So it's like I was saying earlier, right? You've got elements of Christianity where you've got like, Jesus' birthday, which is literally a whole separate thing to what Christmas is.
Yeah.
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 Fair enough, it's a celebration of that's supposed to be what it's supposed to be celebrating.
Yeah.
But really, it's not in this day and age, is it? It's more to do with the capitalism, the gift giving, the spirit, if you like, rather than.
Well, I think the spirit's getting crushed.
Well, it's. Would you
in
think
in the spirit of what he
so
was
do you
there
not
meant
think
to be
the
for?
spirit of Christmas is more prominent than the message of Jesus' birth
I think
at Christmas?
I think a lot of people dismissing it a
Well,
lot and
it doesn't
into the
even,
gifts.
to be honest, I don't think it
and into-
enters many people's minds
Yeah,
when thinking about Christmas. They don't think, oh yeah, well, spare a thought for old Jesus. It's his birthday.
I agree with Lee on that aspect because I can give you an example. I asked my nephew, bearing in mind my oldest nephew, because the other nephew, I didn't ask him because obviously of his religion. But I asked my oldest nephew about the story of Jesus and stuff, and he had no clue. And this is a lad that's 13.
About presents.
Yeah, he said, because I said, what's the truth? What's special about Christmas and the day? And he's like, I was asking him about Jesus, and he said, nothing to do with Jesus. It's about getting presents.
Yeah, well, that's.
And he couldn't tell me.
No, it's
the
not.
story of Jesus neither. He didn't know
the nativity.
And he goes
It's
to a
funny
Catholic
that because
school.
they teach that. That is one thing they do teach quite often at school. The nativity. Do you know what I mean? It's like something that periodically comes up, and they get a play and a visual aid. In terms of a crib and all the rest of it. Again, I think I can understand why people do get frustrated at these kind of, it is in your face. Yeah. Right. But again, it's because it's been celebrated in the land that it was being intended for, or people respond to more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if you come to that land and then discover that, oh, fucking hell, during the month of December, they go all out for Christmas. Yeah, then, oh, well, sorry.
Well,
yeah. It's like, it's just one of those things that, it's like me going to Brazil and going, oh, I like Brazil and everything, but they all go all out at Carnival. I'm not sure I like it. And then complain, keep the noise down. It's fucking, I'm trying to sleep. It's like, well, no, because it's a tradition, it's Carnival. Yeah, you can't not have it, and you just got to deal with it. Do you know what I mean?
It's like the tradition of, though, with like Lee was saying about, it's all about gifts and money. It is because you get the parents that post a picture of all the kids' presents.
Yeah.
Every Christmas, the bigger and better presents.
Oh, the whole room filled with parcels.
The advertising is just ridiculous now. Absolutely ridiculous.
I think
it's taken the
oh, mate, at the end of the day, we're not parents, right? But if I had kids, I'd want everything for them. And I can understand why the parents go mental and they fill the whole living room with gifts for the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd want to be doing that as well. I'd want my kids to have the best stuff. But there's a difference between having them to understanding that they've got more than most, or that it's had to come from somewhere, and because the fact that you attach Santa to it, it's like, oh right, well, there's
extra
no
bonus
to a kid. There's no cash value. Do you know what I mean? They don't understand how fucking expensive Christmas is. They just kind of go, oh mate, it's great. Look, I've got twice as much as last year, and then hopefully they get twice as much next year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it can't sustain. You can't sustain it at all.
I just don't get what all the hustle and bustle is about.
Money.
No, but it's like,
You sound like a bunch of humbugs here, bro.
I know. It's like my sister does it. I've got to show people how many presents I've got my kids. I don't get it because the way I see it, I always think, why post that many pictures? Because you've got families that can't afford to buy that many presents, and to me, it's showing off.
Yeah, well, to an extent, but this is it though. It's like, the thing is, when things are all wrapped up, it's like, you know yourself, when things are all wrapped up, it looks very impressive, because it's Schrodinger, mate. It's
not
like
to post it, though.
Everything could be in there, or nothing could be in there. And the fact is, you come in and you open them. 90% of that's kind of bum filler. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Or
mine are all empty.
I don't mean to be rude, but crap. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
A load of crap. Yeah, more crap in the house, right? So you'll have the big presents, a couple of big presents, but majority of that stuff's just fucking...
Little trinket.
Little bits and pieces to make it look like more to open. Yeah. And it all gets stacked up, and you look at it on Christmas morning, and I remember doing this as a kid. It all looks great and impressive under the tree. But as soon as you've kind of unwrapped it all and you've got your little pile, it's like,
it's a bit small. That
it doesn't look as good.
Yeah,
and all those mystery items that could have been anything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pair of socks. Or a notebook or something, not as kind of as exciting. It's not that Lamborghini after all, do you know what I mean?
The car keys, man.
So, never mind. Oh, have you heard about this poor pup?
Oh, what the?
So, police therapy dog has been accused of stealing toys.
Toys?
That had been donated for children. He's a dog.
Bless
him. So, the alleged thief gets to keep his toys because there's too much slobber on them to donate.
He knew what he was doing.
The therapy dog named Ben, who worked for Massachusetts Police Department, he's basically in the doghouse.
Oh, poor.
And he's being interrogated as a thief. The Franklin Police Department has been collecting toys for kids for a Santa Foundation, a local charity. And we've basically a few officers that have worked very hard to make sure that some of the kids in the town and the community have the needs, get the Christmas presents.
The owner should be whipped.
And something to open on Christmas Day. After a couple of toys went missing, the officers started to investigate the matter and quickly figured out that it was one of their own. Nothing. They had a dirty cop.
He had a dirty cop, man.
Dirty cop, man. Fucking bad.
Well, at least he got one of them.
Well, when Ben saw the toys, he thought he was, they all belonged to him.
Yeah.
And, the officers caught Ben trying to carry out a baby doll in its carrier by the handle, and they apprehended him. However, he ended up leading a crack investigation. And
did he get a steak at the end of this
as well? They found where he'd had a stash of goodies.
Oh, no.
But they were all covered in slobber. Oh. So the officers wouldn't be able to donate those extra toys this Christmas, unfortunately. Poor bad dog.
Bad dog.
He's slobbering all over these poor kids' toys.
And he gets to keep it as well. He knew what he was doing.
Well, he's one of them, innit?
He's professional thief, that one.
Dog slobbery.
Yeah.
It's like, would you want that afterwards?
No.
Even if you hose it down, it's still going to have that dog smell.
Yeah, and bite marks in it and all that. Nah, you don't want that.
I'm not having it.
No. So just imagine now, them poor kiddies have got no toys to put in the mouth and play with.
Oh well, there's been a few cases of presents being left out in the street.
Oh.
Yeah, and I saw this on the news a couple of weeks ago, actually. There's a town in the UK that it started where one chap or woman, we don't know who it was, basically left a gift just on a park bench, right?
Okay.
And some kid came over and found it, probably like a box of chocolates or something, yeah.
Yeah.
And this has kept happening, people... Okay. Couple of kids have come over, running up to the parents in the park, going, "Oh, mum, I've just found a present,"
Nice.
And it's inspired the whole village, right?
Hey, sweet.
So now they've kind of got this secret Santa thing going on, where other people are just wrapping gifts up and just leaving them here, there, and everywhere for people to find. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought that was really nice, really nice act. Yeah. And obviously, kids love it because it's a bit Easter egg hunty.
Yeah.
And they're finding little gifts knocking around. And it's, you know what? If I was a kid and I thought, oh, mate, I'd go out playing.
Yeah.
Going out for a change, you'd be like, come on, let's go and go knock around the park, might find a present.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Definitely
but
something exciting to do, isn't it?
Well, it's a bit of something. Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of something to do over the Christmas.
It's like a little adventure. Yeah.
But I think it's such a beautiful thing to do from whoever started that. Yeah. Must be proud of themselves. Do you know what I mean? Because even if they were just doing it and, I don't know what they thought they were getting out of it, but like,
out of it,
obviously it's kind of started a bit of a trend.
Yeah, it's a trend as well.
A story that I found here relating a little bit towards that. A woman tracks down the owner of a wrapped gift found in the road.
Oh, shit.
So, a South Carolina woman able to brighten a family's Christmas by returning a wrapped gift she found in the middle of a busy road. Lauren Harper said that she was driving near the Walmart and Burger King in Green Valley, or is it Greenville, when she jumped out of the car to retrieve a wrapped Christmas gift that she spotted in the middle of the road.
See,
the tag was on the gift and it read to Mum and Dad from Kennedy.
Yeah.
Harper shared the photo of the gift on Facebook, and her post was shared around the area. Thousands of people shared it 1,000 times before someone suggested it looked like a gift sent from Le Petit daycare.
Okay.
Right. So obviously they have gift wrap services, so someone's recognised the gift wrap as this store. She's contacted the store and discovered that Kennedy is a 3-month-old, and the wrapped gift was a framed footprint for her parents.
Oh, nice.
Oh, bless.
Nice.
So the mum still adds the handprint at her house.
Yeah.
But obviously she lost
the foot.
Yeah. So it was what was it? Hang on. She went. I went to Le Petit in North Carolina probably 25 years ago. Harper told the Telegraph newspaper. So it was kind of a special when they found out that the footprint painting from the baby was at Le Petit.
Oh.
Harper said she returned the gift to the daycare on Thursday, to be sent home with Kennedy again.
Nice.
So
yeah, happy ending.
Happy ending. They've returned the parcel, but it was nice that it was one of them personal gifts.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Could have opened that and it could have been just any old gubbins, but it was the fact that it was something so personal to the family.
Yeah,
that it's sweet that they went out of the way to get it back to him. So good on you.
Yeah, good on you. Carry on the good work.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to chat about?
I can't think of anything at the moment.
Oh, he's a top user.
Well.
What about impeachment?
Hey?
Impeachment.
Impeachment.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get impeached.
He's already been impeached.
He's been impeached.
Yeah.
Well, what's happening then?
Now it goes to trial in when was it? January 13th, I think it is.
Wow.
I thought when you're impeached, you're automatically out.
No. It just means he's got to go in front of the...
No, it's already gone to trial. Right, okay, yeah. So he's not really being impeached because it's still got to go to trial. It's only the fact that this, the Democrats, have turned around and said,
oh, you've done this,
you've done this,
that,
you've done that, and you've done the other.
I heard this, I heard that.
But it was like even Donald Trump turned around on the news the other day. He was saying it doesn't really feel like I'm being impeached.
No.
I don't think.
There's no evidence.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So just because you can kind of go in and say we're going to do this doesn't mean that it's going to happen.
And it's not going to go through anyway because it's going to be in front of the Republicans. If he's a Republican, and they ain't going to put it through.
So
I don't.
So it's not even worth fucking talking about because it's not even a thing that's.
The amount of money that was spent on that, though, that could have been spent on other things.
Well, we've got a new Prime Minister over
yes,
in
we
the
have,
UK.
Mr. Boris.
Fucking Boris Johnson.
Yes, 31st, don't you forget, son.
It was
31st,
was almost it was a landslide, really, wasn't it? It was.
They got battered last time.
To be honest, I mean,
80s.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's like it's just strange that a lot of people
just played poor, man.
And I think it all comes down to, there was a lot of tactical voting and stuff like that. But
yeah, it didn't work.
I see that Trump and Boris, and they're both cut from the same cloth, man. It's like it is little baby Trump.
Yeah, they're going to rule the world, brother. Rule the world.
Days.
Yeah, they're making a good start, aren't they? He's going to be re-elected as well, I reckon.
He probably will,
fucking big.
But
he's got to do this Brexit.
It's going to be the same situation again, though. He's not going to get us out as quick as they're expecting.
This time we can have a no deal, though. We've got plans up our sleeves.
Do you really think they're going to let us? Because half of the MPs are EMPs and aren't going to want to lose their wages. So do you think they're going to let us just leave? They're dragging it out because they don't want us to leave.
Yeah, of course. That's why we've had this discussion for the last 3 years. Because like Labour and other politicians have been on a daily basis talking to European and trying to stay in. And I can see the reason why they do it. But look, after the vote, I was willing to accept we'd stay in if the vote went that way, but it didn't. And so, as a democratic goals, you listen to the people, and the people, 52% said we're going. And the election with Boris just proves that people are sick and tired of it. And
no, I just think people are sick and tired of all
because
of them. I think they're
why.
not even a case of that they didn't want to vote Labour. I think some people would have voted Labour, they just didn't like Jeremy Corbyn.
True.
I think that people tactically voted because, and another thing, I think a lot of people wanted just the stability of knowing that what they voted for in the referendum was going to go ahead, because the prospect of going to another party who would drag it out and then renegotiate deals and go all the extra distance
and then vote
against it would have just kind of pushed it another 10 years down the line.
Yeah,
And it just feels like that even people who have alternate viewpoints were thinking, do you know what? It's easier just to vote for Boris now, get it out of the way, and then we can look at a different party. I mean, I'm telling you now, yeah, right? There was a lot of shift in the way the UK kind of voted on this election, right? I guarantee you, next election will be another total swing in the opposite direction.
Probably
because once the Brexit deal's done and we're out, then
we've got about another fucking 30 years till the deal's finished. This is just the first step.
But this is what I'm saying, so what's the fucking point? What I'm saying is, it's not a case of that, it's about paying into it, it's about all that sort of stuff. Fair enough, the deal might not be fully done, but do you think we're going to be paying into the European Union for the next 30 years?
There's a possibility still, yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, that's not.
So it's not
they've not done the job properly, then, have they?
Yeah, but there is a chance that it could turn into a no deal. It all depends on. Look, Boris has already said that there's certain things in there that he wants to change. Now, the certain things, Europe is definitely going to turn around and say no. And we've given ourselves a year to have the transition, so everything is in place before the year's out, and then the changes will come in. But as soon as you're saying you want this changing for this, then in Europe, it's well known in Europe, they're going to drag their heels on it.
Yeah, of course, but it's like they're losing.
Yeah, they're losing a big.
They're losing money by us leaving, because we're one of the biggest contributors.
Yeah, but they're getting the 39 bill, aren't they?
Well, it's not the point, because at the end of the day, the longer they can keep us in the European Union, the
more money they get.
Obviously, if we are in by a certain date, which I think has already passed, then we would have had to be liable for the 2020 year. Yeah. And they'd send us a bill. Yeah. So it makes me think that the longer we stay in, then the longer we have to kind of keep putting into this pot. Yeah, and it's rather we leave with a no deal, we don't pay it anymore. Yeah. And that money can be then put back into the UK. Yeah. And I mean, Boris Johnson's turned around, and everyone keeps turning around and saying, oh, well, where's he going to get all this money from for all these promises? Well, it's like, well, do you know how much money we spend in European by just being in the European Union? Yeah, then that is money that can be injected, but it's not going to work if we're still paying to leave. You know, like it's got to be a hard no. Sorry, from now on, we don't give you any more money. Yeah. We're not liable for any more money, and we don't pay into any more European pots. Yeah. So that needs to be how it operates. It doesn't. We can't be going, all right, well, we'll lower the rate every year for the next 30 years, or I don't know how it works, but if for Boris's grand plans and what the Queen laid out in her speech was going to be happening, to work, and all these extra police and all this extra NHS money and all this extra education money,
that's sort of
it needs to be paid for somewhere, and if it's not the money that you were paying into the European Union, then that means its taxes are going up, and you've promised taxes are going to be staying or going down, and the living wage is going to go up.
Yeah.
So, you can't have one. You've got to have. You can't have cake and eat it. You've got to basically be able to say, no, because we're using these funds now. We're diverting these funds from the European Union back into the UK economy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But we don't really generally get that money, because if you think about it, do you notice every time your wage goes up by a legal standard?
Oh yeah, that's why France
come up.
That's why France kicked off. That's why the Yellow Jacket movement happened, because they went one day. Yeah, we're gonna give you all a pay increase. Yeah, living wage is gonna go up.
Yeah,
and then they went, yay, rejoicing, dancing in the streets, man. A bit extra money in the family household coming in every month.
Yep.
And then the very next day, what happens? Taxes go up and swallows any extra, and probably a little bit more. So they're ending up with less money than they originally started with. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why
they're getting higher, man.
It's a bit of a kind of
a bit of a circle, and it's a bit bullshit as well. You know what I mean?
Well, we've got to hope that when it's that the look at that and hope that the people can't cope on stuff like that. They can't kind of it's like poll tax. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah. Well, that still exists. Yeah, it still exists. He just rebranded it and repackaged it. Yeah. But there was riots in the streets over that stuff. But
then as soon as you turned it into a council tax, it's like, all right then, no problems.
Well, no, because it's like there's already stuff that's in place now where they don't have to add any more taxes. You just increase the ones we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though council tax is unlawful.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Well, go on, how do you mean?
Well, it's unlawful. Have you got a document that says that you signed it saying that I will give you money for living in this house?
Well, it's not a case of living in house.
No,
what they say is
they
say council tax is for parks and schools and maintenance of that sort of stuff. But again, single bloke, I don't have kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think, maintenance of the park, or sometimes use the parks, fire brigades, those types of things, okay, I might have need for those. So, I mean, there is some things that I think, okay.
It's an illegal tax, basically.
But I think when I read the thing, I think I'd say a good 70% of it doesn't apply to me. Well, but I can't go up to the council and go, well, I'm paying for A, B, and C, but X, Y, Z, and
U. You can.
Can you really?
Yes, you can.
Well, there you go. Then you'll learn something new every day. So go on. How do you go about that?
You go up to the council. Go. I want this taken off. I don't use that. I do not use that. I am not willing to pay that, because there is no contract between you and the council. No contract on that. On you giving them money. At all. You go in and ask them.
Yeah, but it's funny because that's the biggest sort of tax that people go to court for.
Yeah.
So how is it that they're able? And the council tax is one of those as well, where it will go to the bigger court.
Yeah.
Do you know, like because
you will sign a documentation.
It's high court. It's high court. It's like when you don't pay council tax, it goes to the high court. You get a high court writ. Yeah, and that's when the bailiffs come round, and they're the bailiffs that can enter your property, and they arrive with the police. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's one of those.
If they arrive with the police,
but that's funny funny that you say that it's not a legal matter. But how come they're allowed to kind of pursue you to that extent?
Because of the way they fuck around with the laws and shit. Basically, all they need you to do is, I've said this time and time again. All they need you to do is set a contract with them.
Right.
And that's even, like, it's the same with the bailiffs, right? Bailiffs walks in your house, and you want them shoved out, they're there turning around saying, we're going to take your shit unless you sign this contract saying that you will pay in
No, there's a difference between a standard bailiff and a high court bailiff. Now, a high court bailiff, they can break into your home.
They have a proper warrant.
They have a warrant,
which is a signed wet signature by a judge, and it has to have the stamp as well, and it's on a certain piece of paper.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, it's just the others are crooked, basically.
Bastards.
Yeah, because they buy like a £2,000 debt for about a tenner.
I could start a bailiff firm tomorrow. Yeah. Just go over to buy those
thinking about it actually.
Those bounties.
Yeah.
And then go out and collect, man. Yeah. And it's like, you can buy them cheaper than that's the business, isn't it? That's how they make a profit because these companies say, like, for instance, a telephone company, I go and buy or get a mobile phone on a contract, and I don't pay it, then obviously then I owe them a couple of £100 plus what the handset, and they go, oh fucking hell, we're having no joy getting any money out of this guy. So then they'll go to
give them fugs. Give it to the fugs.
Well, these fugs will go, well, we'll buy that debt off you for £200. Yeah.
Well, no, you can buy it for a tenner.
Well, whatever.
Really, they are really cheap, apparently.
Well, is it worth it to the company who... What's the point in them trying to pursue you or just write it off for a tenner?
For a tenner, would you go out and get a £200-300 debt? That's what it'd be about.
No, but I mean, making
you're making big money.
No, but you're making a big money if you can get it.
If you can get it,
but that's the point. It's like, even with a third markup, a third of that as profit.
Yeah.
Even if you bought the debt for £200 and you were making £100 off each one, that's still a lucrative business. Do you know what I mean? It just depends on how much they're buying it for. Yeah,
it's been third-handed without your agreement. So,
they shouldn't be able to pass that debt on. Not at all. They shouldn't be. That's in fact
you go to your kangaroo court and get your fucking.
Well, even more so in this day and age, because like obviously there's so many rules and regulations in handling data.
Yeah.
That. How were they able to then sell your information to a third party?
Exactly, it's third party. They're not supposed to do that.
So
without your
without my authority or consent. But is that stuff that we should be picking up on in the small print?
Yeah.
So it probably does say that in the small print that if you default on this, it will be you agree that your information will be passed on.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. But what gets me on this is especially online. When you have no other option apart from saying there's no way of going anywhere near.
Well, it's agree or go away, isn't it? This is it. A lot of the times when you join a website and it says, you're going through the sign up stage, and it says, well, enter this information, click next, enter this information, click next, and if you don't want to enter that information, it will not let you progress any further. So your options are enter the information or some bogus information and press next and hope it goes through. Or
no, I'm on about the little box at the bottom, the little tick where it goes. We will pass it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Well, no, you can. You just don't tick it.
Yeah.
And then click next.
Yeah. But then you got to read the rest of it because it'd be all.
But in terms of terms and conditions, that'll always say. You need to press this to acknowledge that you've read and understand those terms and conditions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you ever sign anything anyway, you should always use your Uniform Firm Commercial Code 1/308 above your signature. It protects it.
Go on then, explain that.
Oh, I've done this before. We've got it on the website.
Oh yeah, we put something on the website about it. Yeah, exactly.
This signature, how it protects you. The government's supposed to protect it as it's written now, but it's not actually protected.
Fair enough. Here's a bit of a Christmassy fact for you.
Oh yeah.
One of the reasons why we leave milk and cookies out for Santa, is because of Dutch kids.
Dutch kids? What, they're going round nicking?
No, they'd leave food and drink out for St. Nicholas.
Right.
For the day of his feast.
Just because they do it, why should we?
We leave carrots out for Santa's reindeer, because in Norse mythology, people left hay and treats for Odin's 8-legged horse, in hopes that the gods would stop by their house during the Yule hunting adventures, Dutch children adopted this tradition and would leave treats out for St. Nicholas's houses too.
Oh, that's mint.
So
they knew where he lived.
Yeah, mate. They actually went and fucking.
North
It was
Pole.
like Saint Nick.
Oh, he's not in
got
again.
any sweets?
Yeah.
And he'd go, oh, for fuck's sake, man. And he ended up getting a bit of a reputation in the village, like, Saint Nick, he's always got sweets in his pocket, that guy.
Yeah, he's up to no good.
Yeah, well, now, in this day and age, that would be totally what they'd think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
We had a
true.
guy, actually, on our street, when we were kids, called Neville. Yeah. And Neville was one of those guys, and, like, he used to have, like, always have blackjacks, and, like these blackjack sweets where they just make your tongue go black. Liquor, like a licorice.
In my pocket
We've got some here, actually.
we haven't we? Yeah.
And he'd always have a couple of these, and he'd go, yeah, have a sweet. But that was back in the 80s, 80s and early 90s.
Yeah.
And it was like, again, wouldn't think anything of it.
No.
But you say that now, and it's like, fucking hell, that's kind of a bit dodge.
Yeah.
Was
Was
Neville an alright guy?
Yeah.
Or was he kind of up to no good? Do you know what I mean?
You can't tell these days. You know what I mean?
I think he was just a nice guy.
I
like to
was.
think he was just a nice guy.
Yeah, well,
So-
as long as you didn't say anything, then, he must have been a nice guy.
I think he was. So,
He must be right.
oh God, dead uncomfortable here tonight. So, Christmas is only round the corner.
Yeah. That's true.
Have you? Have you?
Very true.
Have you got everything sorted now?
Yeah,
then,
I've done everything now, mate. Yeah, I got all the gifts wrapped, all the gifts out, and I'm just getting ready to go in on work on Monday, and then just
Get it out the way.
Get it out of the way.
Have you got your Christmas drink to go to? Is that coming up or?
Yeah, that's actually should be Monday. Actually, Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go.
Oh, you're not going?
No, I'm not going to go this year. I'm going to go home.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, get yourself home early.
Yeah, going to put my slippers on, get
right.
the pipe out.
Sometimes it's
Chill
just
out.
one of them, innit, where you're not feeling it. It was like,
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I didn't go on mine this year. It was just feeling like didn't really feel like up to it. But
Yeah, it's just,
for one reason or
right.
another.
yeah.
But other than that, it's not stopped me having a Christmas jolly up. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
But-
alcohol is flowing, son.
Well, anyway, we've got our Christmas competition and some questions from people,
Mint.
our listeners as well. So,
Love
one
a
of our
question.
questions, I'd say, we'll give you one of
teasing
your
me.
questions here now. Okay.
Oh, tease me.
So, Gareth has emailed us.
Right,
And
Gareth.
this is all as well. We've got some questions here that were entered into the competition.
Okay.
Some not. Okay, so
Okay.
Gareth emailed us and he said if Santa did in fact carry all those toys for boys and girls, how big would his sleigh need to be? Now, given that a lump of coal is 1 kilogram and one toy is 2 kilograms, how heavy would his sleigh have to have been?
I like it. Well, how many kids are in the world? Well, let's break this down a bit.
How many
Right,
kids are in
so
the world?
How many kids do you reckon are around the world? Now, it's got to be at least a quarter?
What?
1/4?
Yeah,
So
but
let's
in
say
number,
about two.
numbers
Let's go 2 billion. Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah, in the world, worldwide.
Okay, so
There's
that's
a lot of lonely kids out there as well, you know.
so. How many of these are going to be naughty kids? How many are going to be good kids?
Right. Well, right. Let's say for the good kids, let's knock it to 1 billion for good kids, 1 billion for bad.
Okay.
But not necessarily for bad, but for people who can't afford it or kids who are on the street and stuff like that. You know.
So do you
Count
think?
all that in.
So do you think these right? So there's 7.7 billion people
Yeah.
in the world
Yeah.
as of 2019.
Yeah.
Right. Each family, right, or household
Yeah.
contains what 2 to 3 children on average.
Yeah. Generally.
Yeah, say about
yeah.
2.4 children, isn't it? So we'd say about 2 kids per household.
Yeah.
Right. Not to mention, obviously the ones. So
Yeah.
kids take up a very big percentage of the population.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how many billion did we say?
2.
2 billion. See, that's pretty small considering.
Yeah, but I was being conservative.
So I'm going to up that a
You're
little
gonna up
bit.
it,
I'm
yeah.
going to up that, I'd say about 3 billion. Right.
3 billion. Oh.
So I'm going to get me calculator route. Right. Because yeah, because 3 billion is a big number.
Yeah,
right.
It is.
So we'll scale it down a little bit, right?
Okay.
In terms of percentages and stuff. So
okay.
So we'll go.
So our percentages then. That's what 30%.
Yeah, but then we're calculating the weight, right?
Yeah,
so like you've got 3 billion kids, right? Now you've got to work out how many of them are going to be good and how many are bad. So I'm going to say 2/3 of those.
Who are you to judge if they're good or bad?
Well, no, we're just going on average, like, because we've got to take into account the fact that one coal's 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
Right, and a toy is 2 kilograms. Now, I'm being legit here, yeah? Right, there's a lot of dickhead kids out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who don't deserve fuck all in what a belt. Right. Yeah, right.
Slip off.
You know who you are,
Yeah.
right? So...
Not listening to us.
Got 3 billion kids, right? I'd say 2/3 of them are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1/3 are bad.
Yeah.
Right. So what's that? Right. So that's
we're
talking about a billion.
The 2 billion.
A billion.
Yeah, like I said, a billion.
1
kids.
billion of naughty kids. Right. 1 billion naughty kids. No. There's 2. We've got 3 billion kids.
Yeah.
2 billion of them are good.
Yeah.
1 billion of them are bad. Right.
No,
so that means we've got 4 billion kilograms of good toys.
Right.
And 2 billion kilograms, or 1
kilogram of
coal.
bad.
Yeah. 1 billion kilograms of coal.
Right.
Yeah. And 4 billion kilograms of toys.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I'm getting where you're going.
Right.
Yeah,
so that's 5 billion kilograms.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, what, Titanic or something?
That's You're
talking bigger than the Titanic, I'd imagine.
You're forgetting about Santa's magical.
Of course he is, but this is the thing.
That big, anything that big.
Yeah, I know, but there's still theoretically the weight is still until he kind of casts his magic on it or puts it in his sack. I don't know. There's still technically this magic. There's still technically a weight going on the sleigh.
Yes.
Right now, the question is, how heavy would Santa's sleigh have to be to carry? How heavy would it be carrying all that weight?
No. The question is, how could Rudolph and all his mates fucking carry the cunt?
Fucking hell,
you know what I mean? Because they're going to have to
carrots.
Pull it.
Yeah, they're pulling. So
yeah.
What we're landing on?
There's nothing there. You know what I mean? Like, thin air, bro.
So what we're landing on here now is 500 billion kilograms. So
Half a trillion?
So what's how many kilograms in a ton?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll find out now.
Yeah, you find out. Do that. But it's fucking heavy, whatever it's going to be. I mean, Titanic would be small compared to what you'd need. If you had to put all parcels in.
Right, okay. So 1 ton equals 907 kilograms. Right.
Okay.
So, oh, God.
Go on, you set this up, math genius.
Well, it's a big fucking denominations to work out, isn't it? Right. But so we're looking at.
I was only estimating 1 billion.
Yeah, I know. But all right then. So if we average this out.
Yeah.
Right. So.
You're after an elf's job, aren't you?
What?
You're after an elf's job, aren't you?
No,
that's what you're after.
I'm countdown, me. I want to be on countdown.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, right. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. This. Cheers, Gareth.
Yeah.
So,
nice one.
So we're saying,
we're saying 1 bit.
We're talking 5 billion kilograms.
Right.
Right. Now, how do we work that out in tons? Considering that 1 ton is 907 kilograms.
Let's right. Why don't we just round it off to a trillion? Yeah. Let's just pick that fucking big number and go.
No, because we only we've got half a trillion. That's how much we're on, right?
Right.
So, but
right,
that's
then,
kilograms. That's kilograms. Yeah, we want to be able to say quarter of a billion tons.
Hey, look,
maybe.
you're talking about a guy who flies
All
with
right,
magic.
then.
with fucking reindeer
there we go.
in a red
Right,
suit.
I'm gonna just ballpark it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, ballpark
It's a quarter of a billion tons.
Quarter of a billion tons.
Quarter of a billion tons.
I'd say a little bit more. I'd say about half a billion.
We're on half a quarter.
Half a
2/3.
Yeah, 2/3.
2/3 of a quarter. No, that's just you making me fucking brain go. Shut up. So there you go. Quarter of a billion tons Santa sleigh would have to be.
Yeah, that's
in
a
order
big sack, man.
to contain
That's
all
elephantitis on
all
the
of
rebound.
those presents
That's just
and
too
coal.
big.
There you go. Hope you're satisfied
Yeah.
with that.
Dragging his ball across. That's a big sack.
We've missed a crucial part of the question. How big would his sleigh have to be?
I said, well, it'd have to be like, what, about 500 Titanic?
As big as the Grand Canyon. There you go.
Probably bigger.
Oh wait! No, because we're missing a trick here as well. Because everybody knows that our American cousins over there measure everything in football fields.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd probably be about 3 football fields long, his sleigh. About 2 football fields wide, and contain
Around the earth about twice.
500 tons of presents. So thank you very much, Gareth, for your question.
Yeah, I think
Really
we've answered
appreciated
it. And
it.
it was scientifically and mathematically proven right.
Yeah, we went.
Yeah.
We crunched the
We went balls
numbers.
deep into
We
this.
crunched the numbers,
We did.
and that is what we've come up with.
Yeah.
I hope you agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't
If you've
like
got
this is true.
any quandary or disagreements with
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
make sure you
Then-
get to us on Twitter.
Then
and
call a
we'll-
mathematics teacher
yeah,
and get
call
the answer.
call fucking Vorderman next. Yeah, and she'll
that's
sort
nice,
it
yeah.
out.
Yeah, she'll sort it. She's got nothing to do now.
Got a question here
Sitting in
from
that-
Jesse.
Oh, right, pinch.
What was one thing that you wanted for Christmas but never got?
The winning lottery ticket.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think I said earlier, didn't I? What was it I wanted? But a guitar. Yeah. In fact, I got a guitar.
Yeah.
Right. But it was one of those where I was like, oh, what an electric guitar. I was only a teenager. I was a moody teenager, and I said, oh, I want an electric guitar. And just before Christmas, this guitar-shaped box arrived, and it was under the tree, and I was like, oh, it's an electric guitar. I've got what I asked for. And then Christmas morning came and it was a crappy. Well, I say crappy. It was a classical nylon string guitar. Yeah, and it wasn't that it was bad. It was just not what I wanted. Yeah, so I was kind of like a bit wounded, a bit gutted about it. Yeah, but I ended up getting what I wanted anyway from an uncle who was like, oh yeah, we got you something.
So it was a good Christmas in the end.
Well, no, it was a case of I was delighted that I got both.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like, do you know when you have your heart set on something, but you think you've got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, it is
nearly there.
It is, but you're so
Nearly
close.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like that grandma who goes out and goes, "Is this the one you wanted, Sonny?"
That's
and
the
it's
one.
like,
That's the
and it's
one.
no, they always get you the thing that's slightly wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen that Mitchell and Webb episode where it's like Mitchell and Webb, they do Peep Show over here?
Yeah.
They do some sort of sketch show as well.
Yeah,
And if you've not seen it, it's pretty funny. But they do a sketch at Christmas where there's a heroin addict.
Right.
And I think Robert Mitchell's playing the is it Rob?
addict.
Yeah, the addict, and he's like that going. The family are all giving presents, and he goes, "Well, we knew that you probably this is what you wanted, so we've got you some heroin."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, it's just what I wanted." And he's like, so then the mum goes, "Oh, I've got you some heroin too," and she passes the heroin over, and he's like, "Oh, cheers, thanks. Thanks you everyone," and all this. And then Gran goes, she goes, "I asked the man if this was the right one, and he said it was, but Merry Christmas," and he opens it up and it's a bag of cocaine, and she's
no.
"Cheers, Gran," and then the mum goes, "Don't worry, I'll swap it out later." Do you know? I'll take it back. Don't worry. But it's one of those where it's people do that.
Yeah.
They kind of just get you the slightly wrong thing, but the thought's still
heart
there,
was in
isn't
it,
it? And the
wasn't
heart was in it, and they tried to get it
Yeah.
exactly what you wanted, but unfortunately, it was just.
Out of time, that one.
So close.
Yeah.
So,
Nearly there.
what about yourself? What was
there.
it? Anything that you wanted but you never got, or you were a bit kind of like,
No, not really, because I don't really want for much, to be honest.
No, I'm not.
You know what I mean?
To be honest, there's nothing out there that I'm like super keen on, or like really.
I wouldn't cut my wrists over like a new sofa or anything like that.
Oh no, not at all. It's one of them. I don't think I'm a very kind of.
I'm just appreciating I got it.
Yeah, I'm not a very kind of like
it,
superficial person in that sense where I feel like, oh, I need the best of this, or I need the biggest TV. It's like, wow, I was still on a fatback TV up until a couple of years ago.
Yeah, same here.
And everyone was saying
the same one as yours.
Yeah, and everyone was saying, why have you got? How can you play Xbox or play games on this thing? It's like it's ancient, and I'm like, actually, no, it was not. It was top of the line when flat screens were coming out,
and it did the business. And it didn't break down every fucking 5 minutes.
You know, I think people are in this sort of culture of buying stuff because it's the newest model. When there was nothing wrong with the other one, right?
Totally
Just,
not.
I mean, I'm of the nature of use it till it's dead.
Yeah. It's not broke. Don't fix it.
Exactly. It's like I won't. I've literally bought 2 TVs in my life. Yeah. One of them was a joint purchase. The second one was an individual purchase.
Yeah.
I don't see the need. It was like when we started doing the podcast and we found that we needed equipment. It was a case of, oh shit, we could do with that stuff, but it was bend over backwards. We'll manage with what we've got until we can kind of get better. Yeah. Now, thinking about it now, that would be something that I'd really like. That was ours to own. Because at the moment we operate on a every week's kind of who knows if this is going to be the last week of using this good equipment because we had it on a loan pay basis. And we've still got it. So and we appreciate the fact that we've still got this kit at our disposal. But it's not ours.
Testing it out.
It's still not ours. And, we could get asked for that back at any point.
Call testing session.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So, but, that'd be something that I'd like. But it's not a case of that's going to happen. It is a case of that if I want it, I've got to work hard, save up and buy it myself. Do you know what I mean? Or kind of,
Yeah. Hopefully someone would donate
a little couple of... Yeah, but we'll put a couple of dollars towards it. Help us out. Do you know what I mean? But, like, you never know. But in terms of kind of Christmas presents, there's nothing I really want that I'm gonna kind of like,
I think I got what I want actually, which was just there's a strap, for my back. To straighten yourself up because you're generally throughout the day you're bending over.
So some sort of support help, like something. Yeah, but that's something that you probably thought of. Could do with something like that, and then you never get round to going out and buying it yourself.
This was
do you know what I mean?
And mainly because it was online.
Ah, right, okay.
Because I don't.
You don't shop online.
No, I don't shop online. No. I shop in a shop when they're open. You know what I mean? But I don't like shopping online. There's no way you're getting me to put my details on there for buying some socks or something. Yeah.
That's why I get the wife to do it.
What are you Christmas shopping?
Yeah, and he uses her credit card as well.
No, I go shopping myself for Christmas, but shopping online, I get the wife to use her card. With her bank that way. My card's not online.
And you get everything for free. Mint. See? You are a spoiled husband, that's right. you well remembered that, son.
I've got a few more questions actually. I'm trying to find them.
All right,
bear with me, because do you know what? See, the thing is, people were people have entered the competition.
Yeah.
On the website. But people have sent me questions over email as well, and a few other areas.
Right.
So
okay.
Just bear with me a second.
Yes.
But have you got anything you want to talk about while I'm
Mike?
looking?
Anything to talk about, son? What you been up to? Why haven't you been here? What you been up to? You got your own podcast, haven't you? Going off.
Well, the podcast is it didn't take off very well, and my co-host left because we had differences. Well, my nephew, and I can't do it on my own. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
Well,
but haven't you got a new one where you're doing it on your own at the minute now?
Not at the moment. I'm doing YouTube at the moment.
Yeah,
the one on
Oh
my
yeah,
own
yeah.
is
Mikey's
coming in.
Collectibles over
Yeah,
on
the
YouTube.
one on my own will be coming after Christmas in the new year. It will be the same podcast, but it won't just be gaming. It'll be the latest tech, and it'll be like the latest toy, telling people about the latest toys as well that are due out. It won't be just stuff that's out. It'll be giving people information about stuff that's going to be out.
Well sold yourself there. Good lad. Yeah. So if you can support him, it'd be great. And haven't you got an advertisement to shout out?
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
up there over.
Yeah. You go and grab that, son, and we'll get you on here. All right. Here we go. I'll pull the one. There you go for it.
Well, it's a new street dance. Well, some that are local to the area may know about the one that used to be Dynamite in Stalybridge. Well, now they no longer Dynamite due to unforeseen circumstances, but it's now called V&A Street Dance, where you can learn any sort of street dance you want, and it is now in Bredbury. The address is on here somewhere. The address is Bents Avenue, Bredbury, and the postcode is SK. I can't read that. Can you see that?
Look at that. SK6.
2LF.
SK6 2LF, yeah.
Well, cheers for that. Well, yeah, if you get interested in a bit of street dance, get yourself down to is it VA Street Dance Academy,
Yep.
and they'll be able to hook you up.
Yeah,
they're
and
a cool
the wife
troupe.
designed the V&A logo.
Very nice logo. Yeah.
There's a number as well. They won't mind me giving this out because they said I could give the number if it was okay.
No
with
worries,
you.
go for it.
The number is 07455 320-819. So give them a ring.
Excellent, and that's just for the
adults and kids as well.
people in residing in the UK and
Yep.
pretty much the northwest. So we've got a question from Brian, which was the guy who emailed us last week about and was very good for sending us his story on
that was a great Christmas present.
out of body experiences and stuff like that. It was really cool. We've been corresponding a little bit. He's sent us a question. He basically says, when did the church start the whole Christmas on the 25th narrative, and why did it really start a holiday around that time? So, what I found out is the first recorded date of Christmas being celebrated on the 25th of December was actually in 336 during the time of the Roman Empire. Constantine, he was the first Roman, a Christian Roman emperor, but it was not official Roman state festivity at that time. So
Grew and grew.
it grew and grew. The name Christmas comes from the Mass of Christ or Jesus, the Mass, the service which is sometimes called the Communion or the it's the Communion, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's where basically we remember that Jesus died for us and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So the date of Christmas, no one really knows the birthday of Jesus. No date was ever given in the Bible, so why do we celebrate it on the 25th is a good question. The earliest Christian...
that's when the elves come out.
What?
That's when the elves come out.
What? Well,
Christmas.
the first Christians certainly had many arguments as to when it should have been celebrated. Also, the birth of Jesus probably didn't happen in the year 1, but slightly earlier, somewhere between 2 BCE or BC and 7 BCE, possibly in 4 BCE. So it's like could be the third,
then
could
again,
be the
it
seventh,
might be
could have been the
3.
0. Yeah, there isn't a 0 year. So you can only go from 1
What?
BC.
There isn't a 0 year?
No, it's literally from 1.
Well, it would be the year before 1.
Well, it can't be because, like I say, there is no 0. There's no 0 year. So it's all before Christ or AD or BC.
Yeah, but there has... Oh, I don't get that one, to be honest.
There you
yeah.
go.
Well, that's a calendar for you.
So I don't know, really. I mean, it's a bit of a strange one because, I mean, the church adopting that is obviously because it's Christian. It is, but the whole Christmas narrative, it's just sort of morphed into it over the years, hasn't it, really?
Well, this is it. This is what I was on about integrating. They're integrating things together, and you can sort of notice it now more than you would have in the past. I would say.
Definitely. So,
chatter about it.
well, we'll kind of leave it there. I think we're running out of time anyway. But we'll give you the winners for the Christmas competition. We didn't get through all the questions, but like I say, we're running out of time pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it's been a bit of an interesting show. I'll have that.
Yeah.
Well, everybody who entered the competition, congratulations, you're our lucky winners. Hey!
Woo, 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 woo.
I didn't enter.
I know you didn't. Devastation.
Well,
yeah, because it's Christmas and we love you all. We've decided that everyone's going to get a prize.
Yeah.
Everyone who entered the competition this Christmas season is going to get a prize.
Yeah, get my DNA.
We'll be in touch with details and get your addresses to be able to ship those bits and pieces out to you. But yeah, if you entered, congratulations. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for supplying.
We got a load of shout outs as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, have you got anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out. Yeah, my mum.
Merry Christmas, Shani.
Yeah, Chris.
Merry Christmas, Chris.
Steve from Stockport.
And
Steve. His brother John.
Steve and John.
Mr. and Mrs. S. Yes.
Good stuff. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Big Merry Christmas. Big Merry Christmas to Mikey and Kelly.
Yeah,
thanks for my card and my lovely present that I've not opened. I'm saving.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I will be dropping yours off with Taylor, I think.
Yeah.
So don't worry. I want to be giving...
let you in. I'm going to let you be cold in the snow.
Screw you.
No, not you, Mikey.
Oh, Mikey.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll lock him in the dog kennel.
Big Merry Christmas to Jessie G and the Not So Minnesota Nice podcast.
Yeah.
Big shout out to my bro Dunk Dunk, Swoosh, and Jay for being super supportive all year long and just being amazing Patreons.
Yeah.
Love you loads. Don't forget you can get over and become a Patreon and get some of this sweet love.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Killer Rabbit Podcast.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Mr. Shirley Crabtree.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Shirley, massive, man.
I'm a big fan of you.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Gareth. Well
Gareth,
done. Thanks for the question.
Man.
And we'll be in touch with where we go and give you gifts.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Geekdom Fancast.
Yeah, man.
And the lovely Liz Redder. And big shout out to Mikey. Big shout out to you too.
Yep.
So if you want to basically that's the end of the show. We've got a few bits to cover just going out on the outro. If you want to get in touch, you can email us at neverstraightanswer@gmail.com or check us out at the website at neverastraightanswer.co.uk.
Please
you
do.
can message us through the website. You can check out loads of bits and pieces. Join Patreon. Check out YouTube videos, our case files, blogs, and downloadable episodes. Everything's there at neverastraightanswer.co.uk. This has been a bit of a rambling episode.
Yeah.
Bit of a...
So apologise if you think it's shit.
Taylor's literally just pulling his face. You know what I mean? We've had worse, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
But
we've had better, though.
Of course we have. But we literally did no prep for this whatsoever.
No.
It was a serious case of going... it's fine. It's Christmas. We freestyle it. Don't worry about it.
Not a problem. Not an issue. I don't think it was, to be honest. I think we've said our piece.
We managed to get through a whole episode with talk bullshit.
Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed what we've done, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend. Get them to subscribe as well. When you sat around the dinner table and they say, "What are you listening to podcast-wise?" Tell them Never a Straight Answer.
Yeah.
Listen to us. If you don't know about podcasts, educate them.
Educate them. Yeah, educate yourselves.
YouTube, we're on there as well.
So
we're everywhere.
Well, literally out of time now. I think we've got to go. But we wish you a very Merry Christmas from everyone here at the Never Straight Answer Bunker.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
We'll catch you for another couple of days on the Advent calendar. But other than that, we'll see you in the new year. We've got a big year ahead. So look forward to doing it. Look forward to you guys coming, joining us on the adventure.
Giving us questions.
So cool. Right.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I've been
Merry
Gaz.
Christmas. I've been Taylor.
Peace.
Oh, turkey time.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.